Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors unto the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutations to the hopeful elect, the men that are pushing this truth in the four corners, in the highways and byways. And once again, all praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Alright, this is your brother Yakal once again, and this is going to be a short video, Lord willing, that it be edifying to the sincere brothers out there doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, and I'll kick this off with Sirach chapter 13 verse 1. It says, "He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end." Alright, like carnally speaking, you have a son, often you would put some lashes on him. Alright, you would whip him, let him feel that rod, so that you could have joy of him at the end. Why? Because he gonna go in that direction, or in that way that you would have him. Alright, he gonna grow up to be a respectable person. Alright, and the same thing with us, the men in this truth. Alright, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, would cause us to feel that rod often. Alright, whether it be these other nations, whether it be Esau, whether it be our jobs, whether it be the women, whatever it is, the Most High, and even financial chastisement, whatever it is, the Most High would cause you to feel that rod. Alright, why? So that he could have joy of you at the end. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai could have joy of you at the end. You see, the scripture talk about Yahushai, being the glory of the Most High. Alright, and we are the glory of Yahushai. You see, so the Most High would glory in us. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai would glory in the elect. You see, so that's why we're gonna feel that rod. It says, "He that causeth his son shall have joy." He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. Like when you're among your friends and you have a son. Alright, you have a son, and your son do certain things that please you, or your son is coming up in that way, that you would want him to come up. You see, you would be among your friends, talking about your son, even to some extent boasting about your son, that your son, because he's going in that direction that you would have him. Like if you have a son and you in this truth and you teach him the name of the Lord, alright, and every time he greets you in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that's something for you to talk about. That's something for you, to rejoice about among your acquaintance, among your friends. Alright, verse 3 says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends shall rejoice of him." The scriptures say, so a man that teaches son grieve the enemy. Why? Because your enemy, always look for your downfall. Alright, but you teaching your son, bringing him up, that's grievous unto the enemy, and that's what's happening today. Alright, these nations are mad, because now we're receiving this knowledge once again. Now the Most High has opened that door to us again, through Yahushai, because he released he loosed the 7 seals, and now we can get this understanding. Now we're receiving our heritage. Alright, we're receiving our heritage once again, Salakia. So these other nations are mad. Alright, let me get some precepts come to mind. I think that's Revelations 12 and 12. There's 11 and 12. There's a scripture where we talk about Salakia, Yeah, great fear. Alright? Because these other nations are mad. These other nations are grieving. Alright? These other nations are on ease. You see? Because we have this knowledge. Um we're receiving this knowledge once again. Alright? Yeah, this is Revelations chapter 11 and verse 11. It says, "And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them." You see? So hey, now this knowledge, alright, is being revealed to us once again. Now we are receiving this knowledge. Alright? Which is the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You see? It says, and they stood upon their feet. Yeah, because we were dead. We were among the valley of dry bones. But through this word, through this Spirit, we are able to stand once again. Alright? And great fear fell upon them which saw them. So these other nations are in fear. You see? It says, "And they heard a great voice in heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." So that when that shout is made, alright, and the elect ascend up into heaven with Yahushai, in them chariots, these enemies, these other nations, they gonna see. You see? But the point is that we are receiving this knowledge, and these other nations are at unease. They are restless. You see? And they tell you that in the book of Nehemiah, where we were building back the walls. You see? And these other nations, they was restless as well. You see? Yeah, here it is, Nehemiah chapter 4, and I read from in verse 6. It says, "So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof." Alright? Because I think it's Slakia. Yeah, what Nehemiah did, alright, was to come down, and he was assigning the people to build specific parts of the wall. Alright? And as they progressed, the Lord was working with him. Alright, the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had sanctioned, his actions. You see? So when he went down to Jerusalem to build the wall, it was prosperous. You see? And just like today, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has sanctioned, this wall to be built. This third temple to be built. Alright? And that's why brothers are receiving this knowledge. That's why brothers are growing in the faith. You see? It says in 6, "So we built the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof, and the people had a mind to work." Alright? The people had a mind to work. They was diligently doing whatever they had to do. It says, "Because it came to pass, but it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians, alright, and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth." They was angry that shit, the wall was being built again. They wanted that wall to remain, as it was. Alright? So that they could rule over the nation of Israel. You see? So the same thing is happening today. As this wall as we are receiving this knowledge, the Most High is teaching us. You see? Like it said in Sirach, our enemies are grieved. Alright? So let me jump back. Sirach chapter 30. 30. Yeah, it says, though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind that is like himself. Alright? Because what? We striving, and the Most High ain't gonna die. Alright? This obvious. Alright? And how Shai gonna live forever as well. Alright? But the point is that, we're gonna be in that likeness of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? But carnally speaking, when a man die and he leave his son, that grew up in his image, alright? Image, a perfect word. Alright? In his image, his mannerism, the way that he talk, the food that he eat, the way that he treat people. Alright? It's like if the man never died. Because his son is a living picture, a living representation of him. You see? It says, for he had left one behind that is like himself. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him. And when he died, he saw not sorrow. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. You see? So his son gonna be in that same likeness, in that same mindset as his father. So Lord's willing. Alright, this quick video was edifying to the hopefully elect. Alright, Shalom.